So you've been getting prepared to buy your first home. You've been looking on realtor.ca and dreaming of the home you and your family are gonna live in. You've been doing all the right things, scrimping and saving for years to have a deposit in place. You've got excellent credit, no debt, and 2 full-time incomes coming into the household. So you go to your bank to get pre-approved, and all of a sudden your dreams are shattered because the budget they gave you is so low in comparison to what you've been looking at. Or you've got a condo and you've been looking at the Canadian dream of owning a single family dwelling home. You've got this equity, and yet the bank or the mortgage broker won't give you the money you need to buy what you've been looking for. Unfortunately, this is the story we hear over and over again from our clients. Now, this is the video you'll want to see. Today, we're gonna show you how to make this budget turn into this budget. We're gonna go through what is the strategy for you to get that home you've been looking for, even though your income may be fixed where it currently is. We're actually going to go through the spreadsheets and show you why the hottest thing to buy right now are homes with suites in it. Number one reason that people are looking for homes that have suites or rental opportunity in it is because it's gonna boost your budget. We're gonna take a look at actual budgets from a mortgage broker. We're gonna help you to understand how looking at homes with rental suites are going to improve the quality of home and get you a bigger, nicer home for you and your family. We're also going to go out on tour today on North Vancouver Island, and I'm going to take you to some actual opportunities with homes with suites that'll probably be priced a lot lower than what you think in great areas that you'll want to be living in. So let's go check it out right now. If you're one of our thousands of subscribers, I want to welcome you back to the program. If you're not one of our subscribers, don't forget to click on that subscribe button down below and tap that bell so you'll be the first to get real estate information and lifestyle information about living on Vancouver Island. My name is Justin White with the High Tide Real Estate Group. My team and I get phone calls, emails, and texts every day from people like you, and you looking to make Vancouver Island their new home. So no matter if you're 1 month or 1 year away from making the move, all of our contact details are down below. Reach out to myself, Justin White, or one of our licensed agents here at High Tide Real Estate Group. Let's get those questions answered now so you can make the move smooth and easy for you and your family. So today we are talking about one of the hottest types of real estate on the market. These are homes with rental suites. Now, number one reason that they are the hottest commodity out there is so many of our clients come to us and they have this fixed budget, but they have this vision of owning this beautiful home. So how do we bridge the gap? Well, we suggest, have you taken a look at getting a property with a rental suite? So today we're gonna break down the numbers from an actual mortgage broker, number by number, so that you can understand if you have a fixed budget and you're envisioning something more, you're gonna be able to see how can you get that and what do the numbers look like. In fact, I think you're gonna be pleasantly surprised to see you'll actually pay less to get a nicer home. And we're gonna look at what would the deposits be, what are the payments, including everything from your mortgage, your insurance, your utilities, your property taxes, all in one spreadsheet. What we find is that when our clients can understand the financial numbers, they can make a better educated decision for them and their family. And for so many families, they're looking at homes with rental suites. Now, the other reason that these properties are so sought after and in demand right now is because of multi-generational living and families that are coming together. It's no illusion that costs are going up across Canada. With the craziness that's happening in the US and tariffs coming in and job layoffs and AI that's happening, families are looking to come together under one roof to save money. As well, if you're in my age group, you've also got aging parents in place, and they're looking at how can we take care of them. So what we're doing is we are specializing in looking at multi-generational families that want to come together, where mom and dad can be living in the suite or in a carriage home, and then the family can be living in the main portion of the house, thus bringing the overall costs of housing down, but also as a bonus, keeping the family in close proximity together, especially if you've got grandchildren or you're planning on having children that'll be grandchildren, keeping them close to grandpa and grandma. So these are the two reasons that homes with rental suites are a high commodity. But now you're probably thinking, they're probably a high price, Justin. No, and that'd be the furthest from the truth. They're actually quite affordable. So we're gonna go out today actually in the Comox Valley. I'm gonna take you for tours of properties that have rental suites so you'll be able to see what are the neighborhoods like, what are the homes beside it like, what are the actual homes like, and you'll get to see real live listings that are on realtor.ca. So let's go check it out right now. Now, before we get out of this office and we go out on tour and actually see some real live homes for sale that have suites, we want to understand the numbers because we can't manage what we don't measure. And to know the numbers, we have to go to a professional. So the sheet we're going to be taking a look at is actually supplied to us from a mortgage broker that we work with. Now, if you're looking to buy on Vancouver Island and you don't have someone that you know, like, and trust already who's in the mortgage industry, by all means, reach out to us at High Tide Real Estate Group. We'd be happy to give you an introduction to the mortgage broker that we prefer, that we use for most of our clients. Now, understanding the numbers, we're going to go now deep inside of my computer because I want to show you the actual spreadsheet. What you're going to be looking at right now is the actual property budget. So this is if you're going to get pre-approved, this is going to be all the numbers that the mortgage broker or the banks are going to look at. So on the left-hand column, we have no rental. So if you're just looking at a standard single family dwelling that does not have a rental opportunity, and this is with a minimum amount down. So amortized over 30 years with 27 biweekly payments, you're looking at a mortgage rate of 4.09% and 4.25 if it's insured. Now, some of these numbers, of course, are going to change as time goes by. This is just for demonstration purposes. With a property tax on average of $4,000 in BC, if we're looking at a home that's $700,000, what will it look like? Well, the minimum down payment will be $45,000, and then what you'll need to get is what's called mortgage insurance. This is put out by the CMHC, the Canadian Mortgage Home Corporation, or Genworth, and they charge you a premium just like any other insurance office would. So you've got the insurance, and this is because you're putting down the minimum down payment of $45,000. Then it will calculate what the rest of the remainder of the mortgage will look like. And then because we want to be really accurate, we're going to add on legal fees, taxes on legal fees, appraisal fee if it's needed by the lender, the land transfer tax, which is known as the property transfer tax here in BC. As well, we're going to look at a rebate if you're a first-time home buyer on there, and then as well adjustments, because when you go to the lawyer and it closes, there'll be some adjustments for things like property tax, and then the total closing cost. So what will you as a seller need to purchase that $700,000 when you go to the lawyer's office? You're going to need $52,590 and 50 cents when you go there. Now, looking at the whole household budget, we want to take into consideration what are the things like food going to cost, transportation, because when lenders look at your money or how much you're making, they're going to give you a total debt ratio. So we have to know, what does that look like? Well, they do a calculation here based on the income that you use to get approved for $700,000. And when it all boils down to the very bottom, your monthly expenses, meaning what is it going to cost to own this home, including property taxes and including utilities and including your mortgage payment, is going to be $3,615. That's on a $700,000 home. And if we go with still no rental, but with 20% down, so now let's say you've been saving for extra years, or you get gifted money. We're seeing this very often where people get gifted money from relatives. They're not waiting to have it handed down in a will or when they pass. They're gifting it to their children now, which helps them to get a home and helps the payments to stay lower, but not by that much. If we look at the actual final number, if you were to put down $140,000 down on a $700,000 home with no rental opportunity, you'll be paying $3,056.77 a month. So you say, Justin, that doesn't look too bad, but let me ask you, are the homes you're looking at really $700,000? Or are you looking at homes that are in the higher price range? This is where it gets fun. We look at the next column, which is all about rental, and we take a home that's priced at $875,000. Now, because it's at a higher price point, $175,000 more, you're gonna have to come down with a higher down payment of $62,500. And of course, because you're putting down the minimum, there's gonna be that mortgage insurance there as well, totaling $34,000. So even though you've got a higher deposit, your purchase price has gone up $175,000. Now, keep in mind, I'm saying purchase price, not listing price. And as we've shared with our other videos, we have a proven 3-step buyer's process, which has saved our clients this year alone on the buy side up to $110,000. So if we looked at it in this calculation of buying at $875,000, we're almost up to $1 million if we take into account our 3-step buyer's process. So this is the actual purchase price. We always would start to look at listings at a higher price than this. Now, coming back to our calculations, looking at all of the closing costs that are associated with this is where it gets real exciting. Your monthly total home expenses for mortgage, property taxes, and utilities has dropped to $2,404. That is $1,200 less than if you bought a home at the price point of $700 and without the rental income coming in here. Now, where does that rental income come in? This bottom line of blue that says rental income. This is based on $2,000 for rental income. So if we were looking at a 2-bedroom rental income, I have 2-bedroom rentals myself. They get currently here in 2025, I get $2,200 a month for one, $2,400 a month for another. So we wanted to be really conservative with these numbers. So we went actually lower. These could be up higher to $2,500, $2,600, $2,700 a month, depending on the condition of the suite, depending on the square footage, and of course, depending on the location. But now, wait a sec, you've got gifted money. Let's take a look at what would it look like with 20% down. So on an $875,000 home, if you put $175,000 down and you finance the remaining $700, after all the expenses, you'd be at $1,737. You can't rent a 1-bedroom suite on Vancouver Island for $1,737. The numbers don't lie. So if you're looking at buying a home, if you're looking at upgrading, or even if you're looking from an investor's point of view, homes like this will cash flow, meaning that if you decided you're an investor and you want to buy a home that has a rental suite and you rent out the upstairs and the downstairs, you could be making a cash flow positive equity every month, putting that money in your pocket and paying off the expenses for the home that you own, which is actually adding on to your retirement. So you've got so many different options on a variety of different buyers, but the numbers make sense. Would you rather own an $875,000 home and pay $1,700 a month? Or would you rather own a $700,000 home and be paying $3,600 a month? You don't need to be a rocket science to see that the numbers work. So now what can you get for this kind of money? Well, let's go check it out now. We're gonna go on tour, hit the streets, and we're gonna actually look at homes that are in this price range. Here we are in the small seaside community of Royston, BC. It has a population of 1,500 people, and it's located just a short 9-minute drive from downtown Courtney. Now, of course, we're gonna look at real estate today, but I'm gonna give you a little history. This area in the 1900s was famous for being the center hub on Vancouver Island for forestry and for the logging industry. In fact, boats would come from all over the world right here to the Royston harbor to load up on that precious cargo of timber. They had railway tracks that were actually out to the forest, which would make the ease of hauling the lumber down to the harbor even easier. They would tie it into log booms, waiting for it to load onto the ships. Now, the one thing about log booms in the ocean are swells and waves that break them apart. So they actually brought in 14 steel hull boats and they lined them around, creating a natural break from the elements of the ocean. Now, today when you come down here, it's famous for the Royston ghost ships, as you can see behind me. These are the ships that they lined out to make a natural break. These included frigates, destroyer ships, even large sailboats with steel hulls that they strategically placed around the harbor, again, to protect those log booms. Now today, you get a beautiful view of the Comox Marina. You'll watch people kayaking, stand-up paddleboard, or they're walking along the Sea Walk Trail here in Royston, which connects all the way into Courtney. So on your next visit, make a plan to come down and enjoy Royston and go check out the Royston Ghost Ships. The next property we're going to view is on Warren Avenue right here in Royston. As you see behind me, the ocean is right there. We just left the Royston Ghost Ships where the Sea Walk Trail is. We're heading up Warren Avenue. This property is literally 8 lots away from the ocean. Now, when you look at comparable homes that are in the neighborhood, what you're seeing is some of these are a mix of newer homes and also redone homes. And the average price point in this neighborhood is anywhere between 1 million to 1.3 with recent sales. So this is going to make this home seem an extra good deal. So if you're looking for a home that you can put a little bit of sweat equity in, a little bit of elbow grease, a little bit of investment, or if you're an investor and you're looking for something that's going to cash flow, this home we're about to look at on Warren Avenue is exactly up your laneway. Now this home actually has 3 kitchens, so it could be divided into 3 suites. Now caveat and disclaimer here is this is in the Comox Valley Regional District, so you'll want to double check with the regional district to see about the allowability and also making sure that the suites are conforming to all of the safety standards in the way of having the sprinkler system or having fire suppression, having proper egresses as well. But these are all things that can be put into when you look at the price point of this home. It's unbelievable. Attention investors and home buyers looking for a cash flow property. This is it. 3871 Warren Avenue has 3 bedrooms, 3 baths. It's over 2,100 square feet and it's priced at just $700,000. It's just steps away from the ocean. This is a 1/4 acre lot property, which is a rare investment to find in this desirable seaside community. Enjoy the convenience of being within walking distance to places like Royston Elementary, local trails, the Roystown Pub, and of course one of my favorite coffee shops. This spacious home is designed with 3 self-contained living areas. Now each of these areas have their own appliances, which make it perfect for generating rental income or having housing that's for extended families or creating a mortgage helper. Now the main floor includes 2 bedrooms, real hardwood flooring, and a beautiful renovated primary bedroom with a soaker tub, of course, to keep the wife happy. Additional upgrades and features add even more value to this home. Things like the heat pump for efficient heating and cooling with the bonus of having air conditioner for these hot summer days. Then you've got a wood stove downstairs, which gives that cozy auxiliary heat in the winter, and then the private entry for all the renters. There's newer vinyl windows, there's bright versatile spaces throughout with options for an office, a studio, or additional family use. Now, with its location, the income potential, and the modern updates, this home is full of opportunities and it's ready for your ideas. This is 3871 Warren Avenue. When looking for your next home in the Comox Valley, you've got to know where are the parks located. And this next home we're going to look at, this is literally in your backyard. It is a 1-minute walk away. This is the Sandwick Park. This is 11.8 hectares right in the city of Courtney. Specifically, we're off Muir Road, which is actually bordering Comox. So this is a very central location. The home we're going to look at next has that rental opportunity, but it also has access to the airport in Comox, to Comox downtown, also access to the Courtney downtown. It's right smack dab in the center. And most important, you can walk out your doorstep and be in touch in nature and you wouldn't even know you're living in a city. If you've got pets, you got to keep your dog leashed. If you've got kids, there's a playground and you can keep them unleashed. So everybody wins in the family when you're living this close to Sandwick Park in Courtney. Cute as a button and wrapped in nature. Welcome to 2084 and a place in Courtney. This is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath home built in 1997, over 2,000 square feet, priced at $860,000. Discover this welcoming home, boasting charm and, of course, curb appeal. It's tucked away in a quiet East Courtney cul-de-sac, lined with blooming cherry trees, combining comfort, space, and convenience. This property is just a short walk or drive away to North Island College, the new hospital, shopping at Costco and Home Depot, plus beautiful walking and biking trails. Inside, you'll find over 2,000 square feet of flexible living space designed for today's lifestyle. The main floor highlights a sun-filled living room, a modern kitchen with sleek quartz countertop, a spacious primary bedroom with an ensuite bath, 2 additional bedrooms, and another full bathroom. Now, the lower suite of this home, it offers excellent income opportunity with a fully legal suite. It's complete with its own kitchen, a large family room, bedroom, and a full bathroom. Step out from the suite's kitchen to a covered patio, a separate studio, and a private fenced backyard with brand new metal elegant fencing. An ideal spot for entertaining, gardening, or simply enjoying the quiet time. Recent updates include the removal of any poly plumbing, so you don't have to worry about that. This home is move-in ready, and it is ready for the next family or a savvy buyer looking for a mortgage helper. This is 2084 Anna Place in East Courtney. In real estate, it's location, location, location. Now, if you're looking at getting a home that has accessibility, somewhere where you can walk or bike or e-bike to, the next property will be right up your alley. I'm an investor myself, and whenever I'm thinking about a rental property, I'm always thinking of accessibility, because not always do renters have vehicles, and nowadays people are very health conscious, they're very carbon conscious, and they're very cost conscious. So the next property we're gonna look at may just be what you're looking for because of the accessibility. It's a short 6 to 7 minute walk from right here downtown on 5th Street, Courtney. So you have accessibility to shopping, grocery shopping, custom specialized mom and pop stores like the Tea Center, or women's stores, men's dress stores, high quality fashion. Also too, you've got accessibility to Puntledge River, so swimming in the summer, tubing. You've also got microbreweries, you've got restaurants, you've got pubs all close by. So again, location, location, location. Now, speaking of which, I'm going to give you a little sneak preview for your next trip to Courtney of where you can get a homemade, handmade sandwich that's going to top anything you can get at Subway, and it's locally made, it's fresh local ingredients, and you're gonna find out in the video next. As a realtor, I'm on the road, and I'm always looking for something that's healthy, quick, and affordable. This is the place that's got you covered. This is the Old Farm Market in downtown Courtney. This is where you can get a custom homemade sandwich stacked up 4 inches high with all the ingredients that they have here. Now, the Old Farm Market, it was established here 2 years ago in Courtney. This actually used to be the Old Thrifties, and I'm thank goodness the Old Farm Market has come here, because they brought produce, but not just produce, they brought a great lunch area. So make sure that when you're coming to Courtney that you're going to schedule to have lunch here at the Old Farm Market, and you definitely got to try out the sandwich bar where they custom make the sandwich just for you. And an info tip, they're under $10 for a sandwich stacked up high with fresh ingredients, the meat of your choice, and local cheeses. Searching for a home that blends comfort and income potential? This is it. 719 9th Street in Courtney. It's a 5-bedroom, 3-bath, almost 2,600 square feet, priced reasonably at $830,000. This thoughtfully designed property was built in 2019, and it offers a 3-bedroom, 2-bath main home, plus a fully legal 2-bedroom suite. So it's the perfect setup for a mortgage helper or any multi-generational family living. Now, upstairs, you're gonna find 1,424 square feet of bright, open living space featuring a stylish, updated kitchen with quartz countertops, stainless steel appliances, classic white shaker cabinetry, and a rich maple island. That's going to be ideal for family gatherings, and of course, for meal prepping. The main level also provides 3 good-sized spacious bedrooms, 2 full-size bathrooms, and access to a single-car garage. Now, the exterior is finished with durable hardy plank siding, and the home is also equipped with an efficient on-demand hot water system, so it's going to save you money now and in the future. The lower suite spans 1,163 square feet with its own private side entry. It has 2 bedrooms, 1 full bathroom, a complete kitchen, its own private in-suite laundry, and plenty of natural light. So whether you're looking to offset the mortgage, or you want to host extended family from out of town, or you just want to generate some rental income to help with the mortgage, this property delivers both versatility and value here on 9th Street in Courtney. Well, I hope you've enjoyed and found value in our video today on buying a home with a rental suite. If the bank's only giving you a budget like this, we gave you a proven strategy to increase your lending power. Isn't it time that you and your family deserve that home you've always dreamt of, where you can get the better home and have lower monthly expenses? Also, if you're a multi-generational family, grandma and grandpa, mom and dad, and the kids living under one roof, we gave you 3 options in the Comox Valley. We went to Royston, did a little history tour with the ghost ships. Then we went over to East Courtney. We walked along the trails of Sandwick Park. And then we went over to West Courtney and went downtown on 5th Street. And of course, on your next visit, you'll want to schedule and plan to go get one of those delicious homemade local sandwiches from the Old Farm Market. If you haven't already, this is your last opportunity to click on that subscribe button down below and tap that bell so you and your family will be the first to get real estate information about Vancouver Island and, of course, the lifestyle on Vancouver Island. And if you're thinking about making the move here, all of my contact information details are down below. Set up a Zoom call with myself, Justin White, from the High Tide Real Estate Group, or any one of our agents. Let's get those questions answered now so you can make an educated decision for the move for you and your family. And if you're planning a trip to look at real estate on Vancouver Island, reach out. We'd love to meet you in person.